Good morning, everybody. This is Chris here in Hawaii, doing your London close analysis for the 22nd of April, 2020. Bear with me here. I got a little bit of a cold last night, but feeling better today, so I don't think the coronavirus got me. Anyway, kind of the theme today, the risk mood did improve on equity. Oil, West Texas oil remained soft, although Brent was bid a little bit. So that moved equities up, that moved commodity currencies up. The dollar was broadly lower, once again, as the Euro stocks gained. Canada, the Canadian dollar, gained a little bit despite the soft oil. So keep an eye on that currency there. That could be a possible nice extended move there. The euro, a little changed. Once again, European Union developments, ECB developments, possible financial trouble for Italy could be something to keep an eye on here. Really nothing moving the pound. So it did trade a little higher, but nothing moving it. The yen is in a tight range. The Aussie did jump on retail sales data. It did show a jump in spending right before the lockdown. So that propped it up a little bit for today. In terms of new developments, there was a talk at least 25,000 more people have died from COVID-19 than reported, according to the New York Times. Crude inventory, oil inventories are super high. Gold being bid, pretty big here. Eurozone consumer confidence, super low. UK had a lot of deaths, 759 for today. So those are kind of the big pieces to talk about today. Theme for the markets. Right now the Aussie's the strongest, followed by the pound, Canadian dollar, Kiwi. So you can see the theme there. It's interesting that the pound is up there. Swiss franc, barely any action. Yen, barely any action. Euro, barely any action. So that's what's going on for today. In terms of markets right now, I always like to look at that before I open a chart. I just want to see what's going on at the U.S. Open. So the VIX is down, so volatility's down. The Dow's up 380, S&P is up 50 points. Oil is up 334 to 1491, and so is Brent. Like I mentioned, they're up $1.26, up 6%. So it's an oil comeback. Obviously, I think people saw the low and got in. So very interesting. Excuse me. Gold. Oh, wrong signal there. Gold's up though, 39 points. So most of the minerals up there. So kind of going in today, I had a couple trades from yesterday. So there was one I talked about on the call with Nick, and then there was another one that I got in shortly thereafter, after the London time frame. So this was the one that I got in after. So I got in here on a EuroCAD short, and it was at 154.15 because I saw the rebound in oil impacting the Canadian dollar. That's what I thought would happen, and got up to my stop, and once again did not close. It actually fell a little short of my stop, so it didn't even hit it. But our rule is it has to close above it on the 30. Dropped down, and we took a nice profit there. So that was a good little trade. Risk reward was 2.7 to 1, so that bodes well for us. The other trade we have, which is still going right now, is the Euro Swiss franc. You can kind of see it dilly-dallied up here to the 30 level and then dropped back down to a little bit below our stop or below our entry. It's sitting here at 18. I'm kind of inclined to hold this for now. So not a lot to do for this. Trade I want to look at today would be an Aussie yen short. So my take on this whole thing is obviously I think there's going to be more negative to come here before markets start opening up. The Aussie was bid on retail sales, but that was before the lockdown. So they're not even reporting big time, lockdown data yet, which is going to show the true impact of the economy. So when I look at kind of this, I would anticipate a move down here to maybe the 67.42 range. I think it could go another leg down. I mean, it's pretty well supported at this level right here. You can kind of see it to the left and right here as well on that leg down. It tried to hit it once, protected. Tried to hit it twice, protected. So this is a really nice level. It gives us a 15 pip stop and a possible big time profit target. So we're going to go in on a short here. Once again, I don't think the yen's doing anything and there's a lot more it could do. So we're going to move the stop right to that level. So to me, if it closes above that level, then the trade would be invalidated. We're gonna go for 67.45. So we have a nice 4.15 reward to risk ratio. And once again, to me, I think the Aussie's being bid, but it's being bid on March data, not on April data. And March data was hoarding. People were loading up; they were pantry loading before the lockdown. So that's what impacted that move. So one thing that's key, it's important on this, is just make sure you guys are doing a risk, some type of risk calculator to ensure that you are keeping the same risk. And as your account grows, you can obviously increase that. But I like to risk 2% personally. So my FX book has a nice little reward position size calculator. And obviously your risk would be a little bit more than 2% because of it has to close above it. So I'm going to enter my trade here and see what happens, guys. Trade. And okay. All right. Other than that, I was watching Trump yesterday. God, the guy just went on about his ratings, and he loves the spotlight, man. That guy loves spotlight. So it's kind of scary on how this economy is going to open up. I think they did a poll, and most Americans are actually worried about us opening too quickly rather than too slowly. This disease this virus is definitely nothing to be trifled with here. Obviously, if the majority of the world is going into lockdown, that kind of tells you what's what here. So, it's creating volatility in the market, but I really feel bad for a lot of people in this world. I mean, a lot of people have lost their jobs, lost a lot of equity. You see the markets there. So I'm just hoping here in the U.S. we can get back to some semblance of normal. Here in Hawaii, I think we have the highest unemployment in the whole country, in the whole United States right now. And typically we have the lowest. So this is something we're really not used to here in Hawaii. Because most of our economy is tied to tourism and hospitality. So we have no tourists right now, and that's going to impact it. They extended our stay-at-home lockdown order to May 30th with some caveats. So they're going to open up parks, and they might start opening up a little bit of retail. So hopefully that happens, because it's really, really concerning here. So that's what we have going on here in the U.S. Other than that, I mean, the only other thing that was interesting was this oil move. God, it's crazy. I will admit I have a separate account that I trade indices on, separate from Forex, and I did get in on oil yesterday and made a very nice profit. I just thought oil was way too far down, and I mean the powers that be that control this world really, are not going to let oil be that low. I mean, oil is what makes the economy work, and you know, there might be another down a little bit here. I got an email from a broker that said if oil goes below $3, they're going to halt trading um, and go off of the futures contract for the actual level. So they're trying to protect their clients just with how volatile it is here. So um, I guess that's a good thing because most traders, going to get into too heavy and end up owing the broker money. And I think the broker knows they're going to have a hard time collecting. So they're trying to put in whatever stops they can to protect themselves as well as the clients. So these next couple weeks should be interesting. I do know OPEC had a conference call yesterday. No, it was Monday. But couldn't decide on anything. They don't know what the heck to do here. And I think as we get closer to the May expiry on oil, we should see some more volatility. I think right now it'll slow down a little bit here, but keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. So that's pretty much what I have for now, guys. I mean, we'll keep an eye on this Aussie yen, and I don't think this Euro franc's going to move very much. You know what's down to 16, so if it gets down to 10, could be something where we might want to close it out, but we'll keep an eye on that. So we'll go split screen today just so we can keep an eye on both these guys. All right. Oh, we lost the. We lost the order. It's still close. There we go. All right, let's see what happens, guys, and text. Shoot me a chat if you have anything on YouTube. Any questions at all. All right, thanks.